Hey, it's Miss Bashir. So today we are going to be doing our last math assignment. Okay, so we are going to be reviewing some of the different steps with our cubes whenever we solve some math problems. Okay, so we're going to start out. I'm going to read the story problem and then we're going to go through cubes and figure out how we're going to solve this word problem. So question number one. Justin was selling cookie dough for his football team to raise money. He needed to sell 98 tubs of cookie dough. He sold 12 tubs to his neighbors, 13 tubs to his family, and 17 tubs to his friends. How many more tubs of cookie dough does Justin need to sell? Okay, so our first step, whenever we do our word problem, is we're going to circle. So remember, we're going to do cubes. C U B, and then we're going to leave off the E, but we're going to do the S. Okay, so circle. So we're going to go through and we're going to circle all of our numbers. Here's another number. Here's another number. Here's another number. So we circled all of our numbers, okay? So we did the C. Next is the U. We're going to underline our question. So how many more tubs of cookie dough does Justin need to sell? Okay? So B, we're going to put our box up around our important information, like he needs to sell. So we know that he, and in front of this one is the word sold. So all of those talks about what he sold. So whenever we are selling stuff, we're going to subtract, okay? So I'm going to put a minus right there. That's part of our strategy, okay? So we're going to solve our problems. So he needs to sell 98. That's how many he needs to sell. So we're going to go through the different steps. So he sold 12 tubs, and then to his neighbors, and then he sold 13 tubs to his family. So this is what he sold. So I'm going to put a plus sign right here. 12 plus 13. This is going to be 25. So far he sold 25 tubs. Okay. And then it says he sells 17 more tubs to his friends. So now we have 25. And then he sold 17 more. So I'm going to add 17 more over here. Okay, so 5 plus 7 is going to be 12. I'm going to write the 2. I'm going to carry my 1 up there. So now we have 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. So he has sold 42 tubs so far. And he needs to sell 98. So I'm going to go ahead and change it to red over here. So I did my 12. I did my 13, and I did my 17. So I know I used those numbers. So the question right here is how many more tubs of cookie dough does he need to sell? So he has 98, and he needs to sell some more. Right now, he has sold 42. So we're going to do the subtraction on this one. 8 minus 2, bigger number is on top. No need to stop. 8 minus 2 is 6. And over here, the big number is on top. No need to stop. 9 minus 4 is 5. So his answer is going to be 56. So basically, whenever you solve these problems, you're going to go through and you're going to do your cubes. Okay? you're going to show me the different steps that you did. So after you finish, you can go ahead and show your work over here in these. And then you can also record yourself describing what's going on. Let's go through. We have one more problem that we're going to do. It says Tucker saved $245 in May. He saved $412 in June. He used his savings money to buy a new bike. The bike cost $124. How much money does Tucker have left? Okay, so remember our step. We're going to do cubes. We're going to leave off the E, so we're just going to do cubs because we don't have to eliminate any wrong answers. Okay, so he saved 245. Oh, I've got it started too fast. So remember, the first step is C, circle. I started way too early. I didn't go through my steps. I got too excited. So y'all need to make sure you do that. So I did the C. Next is U. Underline your question. How much money does he have left? I'm going to put a box around my important information. So this is pretty important. It says that he saved this money, and then he saved this money. Okay, and this talks about the cost. Okay, so when you save, you're adding money together. So we had 245 in May, and now he has 412 in June. So he saved that money. So that's going to be an addition. 5 plus 2 is 7. 4 plus 1 is 5. 2 plus 4 is 6. Okay. He used his savings to buy a bike, and his bike costed $124. So he used his savings to buy a bike. So that's important information. I'm going to put a box around that one to help us understand. So that's going to be where we subtract. Okay, so he had 657 whenever he saved all of his money. But he used some of his money to go out and buy a bike. So that's going to be 124. So now I'm going to do my math. 7 minus 4, or bigger numbers on top. No need to stop. 7 minus 4 is 3. Over here, 5 minus 2, your bigger numbers on top. No need to stop. That's going to be a 3. And 6 minus 1, bigger numbers on top. No need to stop. So that's going to be 5. So our answer is 533. So on this math assignment, you're only going to have a few questions that you need to answer. So make sure whenever you do your math, make sure that you're using your strategies. Go through, circle your important information like your numbers. Go through and underline your question. Go through and put a box around the important words that let you know if you're supposed to add or if you're supposed to subtract. And then the last step, you're going to go through and solve your problems like what I did on step 1 and step 2. Okay? If you have any questions, then just let me know. Miss you guys so much. I hope you do well on your last assignment. Bye.